Hello children, welcome in class 11, second lesson of Hornbill. We are not afraid to die if we can all be together. Written by Gordon Cook and Alan East. It is a story of rare courage, perseverance, human endurance, and selflessness in the face of adversity. It teaches one must never lose hope and try to find reasons to stay positive in the face of adversity. It throws light on how optimism raises one's spirits and helps one overcome stress and difficulty. In such situations, one must try his or her best to remain calm and composed and understand the power of unity and teamwork. Here are the characters of the story. The narrator, he is the captain of the ship. Mary, narrator's wife. Jonathan, narrator's 6 years old son. Suzanne, narrator's 7 years old daughter. Larry Vigil and Herb Sigler, two crewmen who joined them from Cape Town. Here are some nautical terms for you to understand the lesson. Nautical means the terms related to ships or navigation or sailors. Here is a picture of ship displaying its parts. The story We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together is a story of extreme courage and skill exhibited by Gordon Cook, his family, and crewmen in a war with water and waves for survival. In July 1976, the narrator, his wife Mary, son Jonathan, and daughter Suzanne set sail from Plymouth, England, to duplicate the round-the-world voyage made 200 years earlier by Captain James Cook. The writer is his descendant. They took the voyage in their professionally built ship, the Wave Walker. Wave Walker was a 23-meter long, 30-ton boat, and they had tested it in the roughest weather they could find. They were accompanied by two experienced sailors, Larry Vigil, an American, and Herb Sigler, a Swiss, to tackle one of the world's roughest seas, the southern Indian Ocean. The first part of the journey, that is about 105,000 kilometers up to Cape Town, passed off very pleasantly. On the second day out of Cape Town, they began to encounter strong gales. Gales did not worry the narrator, but the size of the waves was alarming. Up to 15 meters, as high as the mainmast. On 25th of December, they celebrated Christmas. Their ship was in the southern Indian Ocean, 3,500 kilometers to the east of Cape Town. The family celebrated their new year. There was no improvement in weather. It was getting worse with the passing of time. At dawn on January 2nd, the waves were gigantic. Unfriendly weather and gigantic waves compelled the sailors to slow their speed, drop storm jib, and take other precautions. The danger was so obvious that the sailors completed life raft drill, attached lifelines and life jackets, and put on oilskins and prepared themselves for the worst case scenario. Suddenly, at 6 p.m., a tremendous explosion shook the Wave Walker, and the author was thrown overboard. The ship was about to capsize when another gigantic wave hit it, tossing it upright once again. The author was thrown back onto the deck. His head and ribs smashing against the walls. In spite of his injuries, the narrator took charge of the situation. Somehow, he found the wheel, lined up the stern for the next wave, and hung on till Mary appeared and took charge of the wheel. Larry and Herb started pumping out water like madmen. The whole starboard side bulged inwards. The narrator managed to cover canvas across the gaps to prevent water from entering the ship. Then came more problems. Their hand pumps stopped working and electric pumps short circuited. Fortunately, the narrator found a spare electric pump under the chart room that worked. The entire night was spent in pumping, steering, repairing, and sending radio signals. The narrator checked charts and calculated that the Amsterdam, a French scientific base, was their only hope. On the morning of January 3rd, the pumps had reduced the amount of water on ship. They had survived for 15 hours since the wave hit the wave walker. But the boat was not strong enough to take them to Australia. They took their first meal in almost 2 days. However, their life was short lived. The weather again started deteriorating, and by the dawn on 5th January, their situation was again desperate. Sue and John were injured, but they said that they were not afraid to die if they could all be together. Sue's head was swollen and she had a deep injury. The narrator became more determined seeing his children's courage. Finally, they reached Isle Amsterdam, a volcanic island where they were welcomed by 28 inhabitants. Thus, the collective strength and never failing optimism of the sailors made it possible for them to come out of the jaws of death. Though Jonathan and Suzanne did not do anything to save Wave Walker, but their courage, forbearance, faith, and optimism gave extra strength and persistence to the narrator and his team. The bravery of the strong willed children is noteworthy in the story. Children, you will be surprised when you will come to know that the 7-year-old girl who did not want the writer to worry about her head injury required 6 minor operations to remove the recurring blood clot between the skin and skull. So, we have come to the end of the lesson. Here is the glimpse of the events that will help you to understand the chapter. Some questions are given to you. Now, we have come to the self-assessment section. Children, you came to know that the determination and strong willpower help to overcome all forms of stressful situation. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Thank you.